Hello everyone, how are you all doing? It's your girl Juliana Vlog, YouTube channel Juliana Vlog, as well as Facebook. Please make sure you're subscribing to all of my social media handle. My name is Judith and I hail from Edo State, and I'm the first daughter of my parents, the eldest daughter. I am the eldest daughter of my parents. So this is how my story went. As a baby, I left my parents for a very quite young age, and something happened to me with my foster parents when I was with them, because I had left my parents at the age of between the age of 5 and 6 years. I left my parents, and I left my parents to meet my aunts, to assist her carry her babies, her children, to care for them. I was with them for a very long time until um, I matched 15, 16. So a night came where my aunt traveled. So while my aunt traveled for about three months approximately, she traveled away. So I was with my supposed uh, father, my supposed foster father, I mean to say. So a lot happened while I was with them. How I was being maltreated, all this why maltreated in the sense that I will have to stay up late hour up to 3 a.m. The approximately time I can remember vividly the last time was 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 1 a.m. looking after one baby, or I'm doing one house chores or the other, one cleaning, because I had to wait for the kids to go to bed before I can do other things. Or while I'm waiting for the kids to go to bed, I'll be engaging in one cleaning or the other. That I'm cleaning the rug on the fan so that one portion will get dried. Though as soon as the babies get sleep, usually I will take the babies inside and I will go and drop the baby inside where the parents are sleeping, because they have a very big bed that occupies both the both parents and the two boys kids. So the incident of my attempted rape happened while I was exactly 16 years. While I was exactly 16 years. So this is how it all happened. My aunt has traveled, like I said, 3 months. She went for a business trip, and before she came out, one of the nights, one of the baby is sleeping with the dad already inside. So at about, I think about 1 a.m., 12:30 to 1 a.m. So the other one slept. Luckily, he slept on time the other day, which is the eldest child. He is a child that is a special child, so he hardly sleep. You understand? So at the time the child had slept, I took the child inside to lie down. I took the child inside to lie down, and while I crossed the man and I dropped the baby, the other baby was also sleeping in the bed, because it's a big bed. The other baby was also sleeping. While I dropped the baby, I was trying to move. So the baby was trying to wake up. So I lied down with the baby to tap the baby. Remember, these people they are my foster parents, okay? They took me when I was very, very, very young to cater for their child, because as at the time she had her first child, she was still schooling, okay? So she was still schooling. So even while she's in school, I would take the baby along with her. She finishes her courses or her exams, and then we'll come back home with the babies and all. You understand? Because that is when she have major exams. So those were the purpose I was with her. This lady is my person. We came from the same place together. So she's from my paternal side anyways. She's nice, I will not say, but there are a lot of things that I went through in my life that to date I'm still be traumatized with those stuff. Number one, so while I put the baby on bed, trying to put the baby to sleep, and the husband of my aunt just grabbed my boobs, took a grip of my boobs like this. I was like, oh, please, please, I should allow him. The next thing I was like, no, 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 because he already pinned me down, you understand? I was like, no, 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 please, no, no, no. Before I knew it, he already put inserted his fingers in the two finger inside me. I was like, oh, you're already wet, you know, he was already kissing and all those kind of things. I was like, no, if you don't stop now. So at the point he dipped his hand inside me, that was when I screamed. I was like, if you don't stop now, I'm going to scream more, and I'm going to alert the neighbors, and the neighbors are going to know what you are doing to me. You understand? And I'm also going to equally tell my aunt when she comes back, this is what you are doing. So at that point in time, he was like, oh, please, you already wet. Oh my God. That was the first time I heard the word in my life, you are wet. I was like, what does that mean that I'm wet, you know? So I ran away from the room. Why I ran away from the room, and I went to the other room because it was a 2-bedroom flat. I went to the other room, which was supposed to be the visitor's room, because I was sleeping in the parlor. You understand? I was sleeping in the parlor. You understand? That room was just there for visitors, but there was a bed there with clothes and all that stuff there. I was sleeping in the parlor. So before that day, I was sleeping in the parlor, and nothing has happened. We were living fine in the family and all of that. So when that incident happened, I ran into the other room. I didn't open the door. He came to the door and he was knocking and he was begging, please, I am sorry. Please, I am sorry. I am sorry. I don't know what came over me and all of that. This is that. I was like, I told him, I don't care whether something came about over you or not. All I care now that I'm not going to open this door for you until it's done. So he promised all heaven and earth, I'm going to buy you clothes, I'm going to give you money, I'm going to do this for you. I'm not going to let your sister know that I'm the one that is buying this for you, because she's going to know this, that whatever I get for you, I'm going to tell her that it's from my sisters, you know, in Lagos, you know. And then we were in Delta State. We actually stayed in Delta State, very precisely. So I didn't know what to do. So when it was done, he was still begging and he gave me some money. Oh my goodness. So I just took the money like this and was like, okay. So I went to one of his younger brother in PTI then. I think his name is Kenneth, you know. So I was like, Uncle Kenneth, this is what your brother was about to do to me and all of that. And all. I left him. I actually left the children with him. And I went to his brother, unknown to him that I have left the house, because at that time there was no respect. I was not respecting him again. I was not saying anything to him like a father figure anymore, because he no longer deserved my respect. Because he no longer deserved my respect. So little did I know that when my aunt come and I told her what happened, that was the worst day of my nightmare. That was where my nightmare began for the good past 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that was when my nightmare began for 3 years. My nightmare began for 3 years, in the sense that when my aunt came and I told her, I had took her inside the room to tell her, okay, sister, sorry, I have to say this to you. This is what your husband was about to do to me, and this is what he actually did as well, and all of that. So my aunt knelt down and she was crying, and she was like, oh my goodness. She was like, oh my goodness, sorry, I don't want to be emotional right now. So she was crying, and then that was when she literally told me that the man has really messed up, because they actually planned in adopting me as their only child, because she could not longer give birth again. So they were actually trying to adopt me. So she begged me. She begged me for two reasons. Two reasons: that she was sorry that her husband has messed up and all of that. And the second reason was like, I shouldn't inform her parents, because if I tell her parents that this is what has transpired between myself and the husband, that they are going to ask her to leave the marriage. You understand? Like I said, I am from her father's side. You understand? Their father was actually an uncle to my dad. So on this fateful day, after that incident, she begged me, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to tell them, because I usually don't go home to see them, because my life was always there. Maybe I go home once in 3 years, once in 5 years. I visit them like that, you know. Even my own parents, for the years I spent with those people, from the age 6 till I got to 16, 17, 18, 19, I never used my eyes to see my parents. I only saw my parents once. I only saw my parents once, I think at the age of when I was about 10, 13, about 13 years, 12, 13 years, that I saw my parents, that I allowed me to go see my parents in the village there. So little did I know that this same story that I have told my aunt was going to be the daybreak of my misery in that house, because as at this time, no child will respect any man that tries to abuse her sexually. No child will have regard for such man. So for me, I never had regard anymore for him. I greet him whenever I like, only when my aunt is in the house. If she's not there, I try every possible means to just leave the house for him, because I don't want any of his drama. I don't want him to start begging me or start doing anything or do anything that was wrong. So before then, this man, when I do anything like normal child do something, maybe I didn't clean something on time, or I didn't do anything on time. Sorry. I really don't want to cry. I told you guys I'm really emotional person. So before this time, whenever my aunt, guys, I'm just gonna take a break now. Hello guys, we're back again. We're back again. So little did I know that me telling her and she begging me not to let her parents know was my worst nightmare. Was my worst nightmare. When I mean my worst nightmare, it grew to the extent that whenever something happened in the house, she was always beating me then, and the husband will protect me before the incident. But after the incident, he's the one that was always creating things, telling the wife now what I did, what I did not do, and the wife will get angry or like, oh, why will you disgrace my husband? Why are you not greeting my husband in the presence of people? This one, that one, bass, booze, bah, 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 bah. All my body will be full of cane mark. Cane mark all over my body. This continued. If I was okay, so I kept living like that. I kept living like that, skipping school, not going to school, go to children, we take the children to school. Whenever the children closes, I must leave my own school to go and pick the children from school, because she was a teacher. If they transfer her, then she will transfer me. So my educational life was very, very, very low. I had no one even checking on my books, no one even cared to know if I'm making good grade. If I write all the exam I ever wrote in the house, I never saw the result with my eyes, because I'm not always there. I'm not always in school to collect everything. She's the one who is collecting everything. She's the one. I don't even know any of those things. But I know I was a happy child. I was happy to be with them, seeing them as my parents. I'm sorry, I think I still have to come back again.